Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Orediger basketball here at Kelvin Sampson Court. I'm Sean Ryan as the Orediggers look to try and make it 2 in a row against Northwest Indian and 3-0 as they start this seaseon. 4-0 as they start this season, playing their third game in 3 days. The Orediggers took down NWIC 120-30 in last night's contest, where they shot 56% from the field and 50% from three as the Orediggers get the basketball. As they win the tip, they bat it around. Ball's in the hands of Hattie Thatcher. Diggers started with Thatcher, Dembeck, Remsen, Ferris, and Landeck. Thatcher fires from 15 feet. It's an air ball to start it. Not the way the Orediggers plan to start this one. As NWIC kicks it around, they'll try a triple. Dembeck comes down with the loose ball. She'll throw it ahead to Landeck. And Landeck with the righty layup. That one just has enough English to fall in. Orediggers had 6 players reach double figures in yesterday's contest, and nearly every player who saw the floor scored. Leading scorer for Montana Tech was Hattie Thatcher, who scored 21 on an efficient 8 of 11 shooting, including 3 of 4 from downtown. Thatcher also had 5 rebounds and 5 assists, and go along with 1 block and 1 steal. In and out shot, no good for the Eagles, as they push it across the timeline. Dembeck catches it. She'll drive baseline, put a little floater up. That one's off the mark. Tipped out of bounds and saved, and the Eagles will have it. The Orediggers have started their season off well with a 102-35 win over Yellowstone Christian, a 73-62 win against Dickinson State, as we've got an over and back violation against the Eagles. And then the Orediggers followed it up for their 3rd win in a row to start the season with a 120-30 victory yesterday afternoon. It was a 2 o'clock start. Remsen catches it along the high post. She'll flip it off to Landeck. Landeck triple. It's in and off the mark. Rebound comes down to Ferris. Ferris, she's going to square back around, go up with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Landeck. Landeck to Remsen. Back out to Thatcher. And the Diggers will work it around one more time. Dembeck hits Ferris. Then she goes in, puts the scoop shot up. It's off the mark. Rebound saved to Hattie Thatcher. Thatcher, she'll dribble drive in, put the scoop shot up, and it's good. Thatcher gets her first points of the ball game, and the Diggers lead 4-0 on your Best Western scoreboard. Ball back in the hands of Chafin. Shot clock winding down as Landeck gets it. And she'll take the full speed layup and gets that one to go. And the Eagles will call a timeout. They are trail at the moment to Montana Tech, 6-0 with 7:21 left to go here in the first.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering, in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business, land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
Back to action. The Orediggers get the rebound on the Eagle miss. They'll give it over to Hattie Thatcher. To Landeck. Back out to Thatcher. Thatcher to Ferris from the 15-foot line. That one will rattle in. Three-point bucket. It's up and good for the Eagles.
Three-point basket, Rodney Crusoe.
Rachel Ferris connects, and the Orediggers jump out to a 10-3 lead. Three-point bucket up, no good. The Orediggers will have it. Montana Tech swings it out to Landeck. She thinks about the triple. Gets the ball taken away from her. Bucket up, and Hattie Thatcher draws the charge. That's the first foul of the ball game. Over 4.5 minutes into this one. The Diggers lead by 7, 10-3. Ferris catches on that baseline and makes an easy jumper. Not an easy jumper, actually, but she makes it look easy. That's kind of her shot, that 15 feet and in, face-up game. She really proved that against Dickinson State when she hit 5 of those shots against the Blue Hawks. Dembeck nearly gets the steal. It ends up in scorer's row. And there's a shot clock violation against against Northwest Indian. So we take a peek at the schedule for the Diggers. They wrap up this 4th game in about a week and a half of action at home, and then they head on the road. They're going to play MSUB on Friday. That'll be a 5:30 start over in Billings. Then a 4 o'clock start against Dickinson State at Dickinson on Saturday. The next week, they go play College of Idaho in a tournament in Lewiston, Idaho. He'll also play Southern Oregon that next weekend as well. Then the Diggers play Salish Kootenai College. Then they take a trip down to Texas and play Our Lady of the Lake University and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. They don't return home to Butte. Free throws off the mark, rebounded by Coverdell. Diggers return home on the 1st of December to play MSU Northern in the first conference matchup of the season. Coverdell, triple, it's in. Boy, she's shooting the ball extremely well for the Orediggers. As Galen Coverdell, she hit 4 threes in the last game for the Orediggers. Ball's fed inside. And there'll be a foul. Whistled against Martha Dembeck. Looking at yesterday's stats, Dembeck shot the ball extremely well for the whole ball game. Was 7 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown. On our way to 17 points to go along with 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal in just about 17 minutes of action. Rebound comes down to Ferris. .325 left to go here in the first. Monday evening matchup, Dembeck from the corner. Can't get that one to go. Rebound comes down to Coverdale. She kick it out over. Offensive board. Thatcher, Skies. Drops the pass off. Coverdale fires again. Now Dembeck has it. Tech playing with a little bit of energy here. As that offensive rebound gathered home by Kaylin Coverdale. Ferris checks out. Zard checks in for the Ordigers. This will be an interesting week for Montana Tech. Athletically, as it's the senior day for the football program on Saturday. That's a noon start. Offensive foul whistled against the Eagles. Great take by Coverdale. As Courtney, the 5'8 sophomore out of Fairfield, Montana. Great defensive position. Montana Tech has a game on Sunday, on Monday, being today. Get a couple days of practice, couple days of scout, MSUB, which is going to be a very tough team in that GNAC. Yeah, as you look forward to their schedule, Alicia Breen was, I believe, selected an all-conference performer for the Yellow Jackets. So it'll be dangerous. Another offensive foul taken by Coverdale. That's back-to-back.
Offensive foul number 4, Sophia Carrillo, her first personal point team foul.
Sub checks in, as Martha Dembeck will check out. Back to what I was previously saying before I got distracted with my own thoughts. It's a weird week for Montana Tech because they play Sunday, they play Monday. Tuesday, they're going to do a little bit of scout, try to get your legs back. Zard comes down with the offensive rebound, but the Eagles will take it away, and then they'll push. And then you've got to go on the road. You got to make your first trip. You're going to leave Thursday, spend the night, do some shoot-arounds, do some practices and everything. As Coverdale gets a steal. Courtney, she'll go in and lay it in with the left hand, and the Diggers have a 17-4 lead. And then you got to play Friday, your first game away from home. Not in your home gym. Get out of that comfort zone. Three-point shot, it's up. And then you got to go play Dickinson State, a team that you've also played. So, 2 of your first 5 opponents are the same team. Play a team for that second time this early season. You really get into the basketball swing of things when you start getting on the road. Coach Hyatt alluded to it in the post-game interview yesterday, presented by Steels, when he said, I'm excited to get our guys out of the comfort zone, kind of make them ride together as a team, come together as a team, because they're going to be experiencing things the same way. You don't get to go home and sleep in your own bed. You're on the road. It's not a friendly confine at the moment when you go play in somebody else's gym. So Coverdale gets it. Bailey Armbruster checks in for Montana Tech, who leads 18-4 with $1:17 left here on your Best Western scoreboard in the first quarter. Make it 19-4. Looking at some of the standings early for women's basketball here in the Frontier Conference. You got some very tough teams in that basketball league with LC State ranked number 7. That's Brian Hoare's squad, former Montana coach. Coached at Lewistown. Got his start in Sims. You got MSU Northern up in Havre, who's ranked 16th. Every team in the Frontier right now is undefeated in action. UGF is ranked 18th. They lose leading scorer Erin Legal. She's the career leading scorer for the Argos, as a layup is made by NWIC. But they do return Dara Huertas Vining and Nekanati. We're good guard post combo. Landek misfires with 12.1 left to go here in the first. And then you got Western and Carroll and Rocky. Rocky's got a lot of transfers in this year. It'll be interesting what they can do. But Carroll is very strong, very solid on the inside. They got a couple really talented post players. I saw that they're going to move Bailey Watson, who is an all-conference post, back out to their 3 because they are so deep at the post position. So it'll create a lot of matchup problems for Lady Ordigers, who, if you look at their roster, they've got 3 players standing 6 feet. Rachel Ferris at 6'2", Shea Potter at 6'2", Kaylee Zard at 6 foot. A couple other players at 5'10", 5'11". But how much of them have gained true post experience? Ferris is the only one taller than 6'2", who's got years under her belt as she's a senior. So after one frame, the Diggers lead 19-10. We'll go ahead and take a quick break and bring you back here for second quarter action.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, you're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
This year, don't waste your vote on a candidate who wants to hide behind a wall, or a candidate who will lose all your emails. Vote for a candidate who will make you feel much more than a burn. A candidate who supports higher education. A candidate who values teamwork and unity. A candidate who will dig you out of any hole. This year, vote Charlie.
In other athletic news, as we get started for this second quarter, with the Diggers leading 19-10. Quinn McQuarrie and Gunnar Kaiser were named Frontier Player of the Week for football, as Montana Tech won 2 of the 3 honors. They won the offensive and the defensive. But the Diggers did not move in the football polls. Ball is tipped, taken away. Zard will come away with it, as you've got Zard on the floor along with Potter, Armbruster, Coverdale, and Landek. That's Courtney Coverdale on the floor. Always have to clarify with the Twins. Zard at the high post, kicks it out. Courtney fires from 3, and she gets it. Diggers finished that first quarter shooting 36% from the field and just 1 of 9 from 3. Really not off to a hot start in comparison with how well they shot it yesterday. They did shoot free throws better, however, as they were 2 of 2 at the charity stripe. Landek drives in. Ball is lost out of bounds on the baseline. 9:08 left to go here in the second. Coverdale's your leading scorer at the moment, as she's now got 10 points. She's made the second triple for the Diggers. Ball rolls away. Landek picks it up. Finds a little lane. She'll put up a jumper. That one's way off. And NWIC will clear it. They'll throw it ahead into the hands of Schooner. Potter will come down with the rebound. Potter played extremely well for the Diggers yesterday, finishing well on the inside, seeing some serious minutes. She was 7 of 12 for 16 points. As Zard goes in, she's fouled. Dembeck's going to check back in. It seems like every time the Diggers shot it yesterday, they made it. Shooting 56% from the field and going 15 of 30 from three-point land. Dembeck checks back in. Landeck checks out. And Zard connects on the free throws. Reminder, after this game, the Diggers men's basketball team will take the floor. They lead 99. They won 99-66 against Northwest Indian yesterday, but they were without the services of Jordan Jones and Chris O'Neill as Zard clears a rebound amongst pressure. Diggers throw it ahead. Armbruster, she has it on the left-hand side. They feed it into Potter. Potter squares up, turns around, and dribbles it right into trouble. Got to be quicker with that post move. Montana Tech now has 4 turnovers in this one. But the Eagles have 9 of them. Shot clock down to 8. They try to go the back door. It's stolen away by Potter. She'll flip it ahead to Courtney Coverdale. Coverdale to Dembeck. Dembeck, she'll raise up for a jump shot, and that one will rattle home. Timeout taken. As the Diggers lead 26-10, we'll take a quick break and bring it back here for more basketball after this.
I'm Dr. Hillary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
As we return from the break, the Diggers lead 26-10 with 7:07 left to play here in this second quarter. Eagles with it on the left-hand wing. They'll spin it and move it around. Ball's tipped away. Armbruster comes away with the steal. She'll throw it ahead to Coverdale. Coverdale kind of struggles with it. Gives it back over. Armbruster feeds it into Potter. Potter turns over the wrong shoulder, but she's able to get the bucket to go. If she would have gone baseline, she would have got a lot easier finish. But that alludes to the point that I was talking about earlier. Montana Tech is very young on the inside, as you've got Ferris and Remsen as 2-year posts. But this team is very guard-oriented. Dembeck fires from 3 and connects. Yeah, you say good things about the guards, and they come to play again. But it is true, this is a very guard-oriented team. The team likes to swing it around. They like to shoot threes. They showed that in the first game of the season when they connected on a school record 17 triples. Egum checks in for the Eagles, as well as Shayla Schooner. Zard catches it, 15-foot line. She puts a shot up, but not before a whistle. Tech has now improved their shooting percentages up to 42% from the field. They are 3 of 11 from downtown. They feed it into Armbruster. Armbruster gets the rebound, puts it up with the left hand after the miss on the right side. Gets her first points of the game. According to yesterday's box score, Armbruster was 2 of 4 from the floor. Also had a 3. Scored 5 points in 16 minutes of action. As Kimmy Hang checks in. Zard to Potter. Great post-to-post pass, and that's the offense you want to see. Catch it in that short corner. And feed it down to your teammate who's cutting to the bucket. A lot of offenses are triggered that way. You get a post catch, that other big has got to dive. And Diggers lead 35-10. Tough jumper, should put up. Offensive rebound comes down to the Eagles, though, as that's their first offensive rebound of the night. Eagles were out-rebounded 54-20 in yesterday's contest. Coverdale fires from 3. It's off the mark. Rebound comes down, and the Eagles will have it. 4:38 left to go here in this second quarter. Tech leads 35-10 on your Best Western scoreboard. And Zard clears another rebound. Stat sheets right now, Ferris is your leading rebounder. Armbruster fires from 3. That one's off the mark. Rebound comes down for NIC. Missed layup. As the Orediger bench makes it clear you got to stop the ball. Armbruster from 3. Left-hand side, that one's a little long. Coverdale comes away with a steal, and they've got a foul whistle against the Eagles. Coverdale not happy. She'd much rather get tripped up and be allowed to get the layup. Callie Remsen checks back in along with Hattie Thatcher. Thatcher returns to the floor. She's already got 3 assists to go along with 2 points and a board. Remsen's got an assist for the Diggers early in this one as they feed it into Potter. Potter thinks about going up, kicks it back out to Hang on the extra pass. Potter gets the rebound, puts it up right away, and that's a great offensive play. Get the board, keep it high, and put it right back up. Left-hand side, they feed it inside, and Remsen with the block shot, but they're going to say she got her on the body.
Orediger's foul number 33, Callie Remsen, her first personal, first team foul. Trina Humphreys in line, she needs 2.
Diggers lead 35-10 at the moment. 47 points on the board. Still got 3:16 left to play here in the second after Montana Tech scored a school record 120 points in yesterday's victory. But you can see from the lineup that I think Montana Tech isn't going for that. They're looking to say, hey, yeah, we can run and gun with these guys, and we could probably outshoot them. But do we want to do that? Thatcher drives in, kicks it out to Armbruster. Armbruster, little dribble drive action, and there will be a foul whistled against the Eagles.
Eagles foul number 2, Shayla Schooner, her 4th personal. 14 foul.
Looking at the Frontier Conference again, you got LC State ranked 7th, Northern 16th, Great Falls 18th, and Carroll 25th. It's going to be really tough sledding for any school in the Frontier Conference to play well. It's going to be important to defend your home court because you got 4 teams that are ranked, but you got a couple other teams that could sneak in there. The Diggers get it going with the shooters that they've got. They could sneak into that top 25. But there's also going to be a lot of jostling because you have 4 teams ranked in a conference like this as Ferris goes back up with it after she missed. They're going to have to play each other quite a bit, and there's going to be upsets in the Frontier. There always are. Like Montana Tech usually plays LC State very tough here and also at LC State. As the Eagles miss the shot, but they get the rebound back. Driving in, the scoop shot, it's up and it's good. Good defense by Ferris. As Trina Humphreys gets it. She's a 5'5" post player out of Lummi Nation, Washington. They try to feed it into Ferris, and the pass is just a little off the mark.
Coverdale checks back in for the Oilers.
Kaylin Coverdale and Hattie Thatcher check back in for Montana Tech. The Diggers leading 37-12 on your Best Western scoreboard. Remember, after this, we got the men's game. They got the win 99-66 in yesterday's game. And I've always thought this, that Sunday afternoon games are the toughest to play just because it's a weird time for the guys. It's a weird time for anybody. The women's game starts at 2 o'clock. A lot of times teams haven't even practiced until later with school schedules than after 2 o'clock. Shot clock down to 3, down to 2. Northwest fires it up. Armbruster comes down with the board. Hang with it. On the left-hand side, she'll flip it over to Thatcher. Thatcher, she'll go a little dribble drive baseline. Kicks it back out. Armbruster, 3 ball. It's up. It's off the mark, and we'll have a rebounding foul whistled against Ferris.
Oilers foul number 44, Rachel Ferris. Her first personal, second team foul.
That's her first personal and the second team foul. Post move on the inside. It's up. It's too strong for the Eagles. And Ferris will clear it. Hand it off to Thatcher. Kimmy Hang fires from 3. It's off the mark. Armbruster into the cutting Hang. Hang drives in. She's fouled, so she'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Eagles foul number 33, Trina Humphreys, her first personal, 15 foul. Kimmy Hang at the line, she needs 2.
Hang connects. And the Diggers just lead 39-12 in the second game of a 2-game series against these Eagles. Thatcher comes away with a steal. She'll have it. And the lefty layup is good to push the Digger lead out to 41-12. Shot clock is turned off as we've just got 20 seconds on the game clock left. Another matchup today that's going on a little later is MSUB taking on Rocky Mountain College. Kind of that battle for billing series they have set up. Jumper, it's up, it's off the mark. Rebound comes down to Hang. She throws it ahead to Thatcher, and Thatcher will fire from half court. But the official waves it off and says it wasn't off in time. At halftime, the Orediggers lead 41-12. We'll take a break and bring you back here for some stats right before that second half. We'll tip off.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business, land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, you're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
This year, don't waste your vote on a candidate who wants to hide behind a wall, or a candidate who will lose all your emails. Vote for a candidate who will make you feel much more than a burn. A candidate who supports higher education. A candidate who values teamwork and unity. A candidate who will dig you out of any hole. This year, vote Charlie.
It's Bowloween 2016. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Butte Silver Bow wants to know how good you can throw. A bowling ball, that is. It's time to bowl for kids' sake. Will you partake? With food, fun, and prizes, and costumes of all sizes. Star Lanes is the place to be, thanks to all these sponsors you see. Pick a date to have some fun, and visit our website for more information. Bowloween 2016.
I'm Dr. Hillary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steels. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steels is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech from Steels in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech, it felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here.
When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me willing to help me.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering, in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business, land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, you're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
This year, don't waste your vote on a candidate who wants to hide behind a wall, or a candidate who will lose all your emails. Vote for a candidate who will make you feel much more than a burn. A candidate who supports higher education. A candidate who values teamwork and unity. A candidate who will dig you out of any hole. This year, vote Charlie.
It's Bowloween 2016. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Butte Silver Bow wants to know how good you can throw. A bowling ball, that is. It's time to bowl for kids' sake. Will you partake? With food, fun, and prizes, and costumes of all sizes. Star Lanes is the place to be, thanks to all these sponsors you see. Pick a date to have some fun, and visit our website for more information. Bowloween 2016.
I'm Dr. Hillary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steeles. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steeles is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech from Steeles in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech, it felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here.
When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other, and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me willing to help me.
As we start this third quarter, the Diggers lead 41-12. A 3 in the key is called against Montana Tech. Diggers will have it back after the miscue by the Eagles. Again, looking at Montana Tech's schedule. Might be beating a dead horse here, but it's amazing to have a whole month of your season not be a game without a game at home. I mean, that's really impressive. You've got 3 weeks in a row where you play a lot of games. You play that Friday-Saturday matchup, including this weekend. And then next weekend, then they play Salish Kootenai, Our Lady of the Lake in Texas, and Texas A&M University Corpus Christi, all in that same week on the 19th through the 23rd of November. Dembeck knocks it away, and she'll take it across the timeline. Here at Kelvin Sampson Court, if you're just tuning in, Diggers with a 43-12 advantage. Dembeck catches it on the left-hand side. We got 8:40 left to go here in this third quarter. Ramson can't hit the lefty. Exciting season for Montana Tech, as it's Coach Sannon's third season at the helm of this program. Making the playoffs for 2 straight years. She was an assistant for 11 seasons and has a career record of 24-40, and that is including this season. Last season, Montana Tech finished 9-21 overall with a 5-13 record in the Frontier Conference. They won 3 of their final 4 regular season games to get into the postseason for that second time in a row. The nice thing about Coach Sannon as well is she played at Carroll College, but she's not afraid to go up and beat Carroll. The Diggers did it the final 2 times of the season in 14-15, and then defeated Carroll in one of those final 3 or 4 games to get into that postseason last year. Thatcher tries to come away with a steal. We'll have a shot clock violation. Landeck with it. They feed it into Remsen. Remsen with a good post feed. She looked like she got fouled there, but no call. Diggers lead 47-12 with 7 minutes left to go here in the third. Landeck takes it away, gives it over to Thatcher. Thatcher, behind the back, and that's a thing of beauty. Full speed behind the back. That's nifty. And you notice Dembeck was always looking for that fast because she knew Hattie Thatcher had that in her bag of tricks. Eagles will fire from deep, and they're fouled.
For Diggers, gone 33, Kelly Remsen for second personal, first team foul. Sophie Grillo at the line, shooting 3.
Third one coming as we got a sub for NWIC. Diggers with that 49-13 lead. That free throw good. And the Diggers lead 49-14. I really like what Coach Carly Sannon is doing with these Diggers. She's making them run their offense. Remsen can't hit. Having them run their offense, run it to perfection, play good defense. No reason to blow out a team 120-30 again. Take your time, get good shots, and get used to playing against a team that you know you can beat this team. Not going to pull any punches. You know you're the favorite in this game, but come out and execute, run the things that you need to run, get the looks that you need to look at with different personnel groups. Long three ball off the mark, and just make sure you do the fundamentals strong. You know, be fundamentally sound as a team. Pass the ball well, limit your turnovers. Landeck goes up, can't get it. They thrip it out to Thatcher. Thatcher back out to Landeck to Remsen. Remsen from 16, and she connects. Montana Tech, checking the stats, shooting 43% from the field, but just 3 of 18 from downtown. They're perfect 6 of 6 as the Cherries type, and they've got 12 assists on 20 made field goals.
Shayla Schumer checks back in for the Eagles.
Thatcher with another nifty pass, and she feeds it in to Dembeck. Diggers extend that lead to 53-14. Dembeck has it. Has the steal. She was looking for a teammate to run out in front of her, but she'll score it on her own. Dembeck has 9 points to go along with 3 boards for the Diggers as Zard clears it. Coverdale hits from deep on the left-hand wing. Courtney Coverdale, she's got 13 now, and we've got a timeout on the floor. The Diggers lead 53-14 with 4:16 left to go here in the third.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically, in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, they're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
Looking at the numbers, the Diggers lead 58-14 on your Best Western scoreboard as we start the final 4:16 of this third quarter. Montana Tech has outscored NIC 17-2. Diggers playing good defense. I think some of that has to be attributed to assistant coach Tashara Strange, who was originally from Fountain, Colorado, near Colorado Springs, but she played collegiately at the Big Sky level at Northern Colorado from 2011 to 2015. Brings us to media timeout. We'll just keep it right here as the 5'10" 10 guard Strange was a major contributor for the Bears. Was named Big Sky Conference Freshman of the Year, and that's important to notice that these assistants at this level are very important. You usually only have 1 or 2 people on the staff. And if she's a guard, Coach Sannon was a big, you can kind of split your time, you can divide up your players and get through more things in practice. And I think it's really helping some of the guard play out of Montana Tech. You look at like Hattie Thatcher, Hannah Sparks, Monica Landeck, Martha Dembeck, the Coverdells. It gives them that extra boost of confidence. They've got another person in their corner, somebody who's done it. Strange played a little bit after her collegiate career, playing professional basketball in Europe, making stops in Hungary and Germany. She also represented the United States in an international tournament in China. During her senior season, she was the all-time leading scorer and rebounder for the Bears at Northern Colorado. Also set the single-season record for steals and rebounds with 104 and 314 that year. So she could play. And it's nice to bring somebody in that can contribute, that could play hard, and that knows the game, and impart some wisdom into these young basketball players. Zard catches at the high post. Kick it out to Coverdell. Dembeck drives baseline. They flip it out over to Armbruster. Back to Zard. Long pass over the top to Coverdell. Back to Dembeck. Armbruster with the great cut, and she gets the bucket to go. That's just great offense for Montana Tech. You move the ball around until you don't just have a good shot, but you have a great shot and a good opportunity to put points on the board. Give yourself an easy look. .318 left to go here in the third, and the Diggers lead 60-14, and great defense by Dembeck. It was interesting to look at Martha Dembeck last year for the Orediggers, and she really turned it on for Montana Tech when they really needed it most. You know, they won quite a few games towards the end of the season, were able to jump out, get in control, put themselves in that playoff picture. And I think a lot of that has to come down to Martha Dembeck. Long shot, it's up, and no good. As Dembeck, we look at her career stats, she's played quite a few games for Montana Tech. As Dembeck on cue, when I'm talking about her, makes a bucket. Dembeck's averaged 9.7 points per game per her career. She averaged 17.3 last season. And if I look at those numbers, it paints a pretty clear picture that late in the season she came on very strong. Foul against Montana Tech. That'll be whistled against Courtney Coverdell. That's her third second-team foul. Stepping to the line is Darcy Eagum. But Dembeck, as soon as that month of February hit, she scored 11, 20, 14, 24, 19, and 29 points. Scored 8 against Great Falls on the 26th of February last year, and then followed it up with a couple great performances to end the season with 31 points against MSU Northern, and then 19 points for the Diggers in their playoff game against Carroll College. Had a nice conversation with Dembeck during that time last year when she was scoring well for the Diggers and doing a lot of other things really well too. It's not just about scoring, but talked about why this time of year, the end of the basketball season was important to her, and she alluded a little bit to playing classy basketball in the state of Montana, playing for Winnett Grass Range, one of the co-ops in north central Montana, playing in that northern sea. Her team was a constant presence at that divisional tournament because they had a good coach in Vic Westfall. They also had some talented players like Dembeck. But they were always fun to watch because they were always playing on Saturday night at a divisional tournament or going to the state tournament. Dembeck finished her career with quite a few points and did a lot of little things at that Class C level that I think we saw kind of motivate her coming into this the end of last season to get her Diggers in that playoff picture. You like playing those night games towards the end. Zard gets it knocked out of bounds towards the end of the season. Dembeck is your leading scorer right now. Ferris, your leading rebounder. She's got 11. And Thatcher's got 7 assists. Howdy Thatcher has been piling up the assists this year. As I look at some of her career numbers, she's the leading scorer for the Diggers in a majority of their contests, especially last season. She scored 27 against MSU Northern towards the end of the season, and then 20 against Carroll in that playoff game. And if I look at her career stats, Hattie being a starter for all 4 years, averaged 3.1 points as a freshman. Coverdale puts it up. Kaylin knocks it down. 7.1 points as a sophomore, 13 points as a junior, and right now she's averaging 16 points per game this season. Jumper and runner-up, good for the Eagles. But Hattie Thatcher's got 653 points in her career, but she's got 383 assists. Really impressive numbers. Coverdale, great ball movement, a good find by Zard. Thatcher's averaged 7 assists a game last season. And really just played fantastic for Montana Tech. A lot of games she was a leading rebounder for the Diggers. Puts other teammates in good positions to score the ball. Hang takes it away, feeds it over to Zard. And Zard is able to make it to go. Now a long pass over the top. Diggers got to play that free safety role. Driving in, the Eagles put it up. It's off the mark. Rebound comes down to Zard one more time. Coverdale with a deep bucket, and it's good. And they're going to give her a 3-point bucket. I think her foot was on the line. He was kind of blocked out by a couple other feet. But good shooting. Sometimes it rewards itself. The Diggers lead 72-17. We'll be back for fourth quarter action right after this.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
With 9:20 left to go here in the fourth, the Diggers lead 74-17, and Rachel Ferris hits a three. When the bench gets that excited, I might have to check the career stats for Rachel Ferris, see if she's hit a three. She did make one her freshman season, so that is the second three ball of Rachel Ferris's career. As the bench got very excited about that one. The Diggers lead 77-19. With 8:38 left to go here in the fourth. And IC will move the basketball around. They try the triple. It won't go. Rebound comes down to Coverdale, and she'll flip it out to Hang. Over on the right-hand side, Diggers have got a 5-on-4 advantage as Kaylin Coverdale knocks down the tough jumper. Catch it in the lane and put it up. Now the NIC player, Schooner. Kind of gets that leak out pass and gets fouled. Coach Sannon said we got to get back. I'm sure when she checks the film, she's going to see that Schooner had dropped to tie her shoelace. So it was a 5-on-4 possession for the offense. And then Schooner just said, well, it's a little late now. Might as well stay down near the block and let somebody throw a deep one to me. And the smart play for her pays off as she goes to the free throw line. 79-20 your score. Free throw up. And it is missed. Coverdale has it. On the floor, you've got Armbruster, Potter, Coverdale, and Kimmy Hang. Kaylin Coverdale can't get that one to go. The rebound comes down in the hands of Schooner. Set to check in for Montana Tech. And the next dead ball is Madison Akers. Ball gets stuck against her hip, and Potter clears down the rebound. Great back cut and a good finish. A tough one as Courtney Coverdale gets a good feed from Hang. .7:17 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Tech not shooting the ball as well as they did yesterday. Maybe the understatement of the year, probably. They are shooting 50% from the field, but they're just 7 of 24 from downtown. That's a lot of three-point shots to be putting up. But this team, I think you're going to see that a lot. Armbruster, the right-hand side, can't get the layup to go. Rebound comes down to Potter. Potter turns over that left shoulder, banks it off the glass, and gets it to go. Potter looks like a post that Montana Tech could really utilize in the future. She's going to get a lot of minutes this year, just not being deep at the post position. But she's got a good game. A 6'2 freshman out of Murray, Idaho. And Coverdale gets another one to rattle in. Coverdale shooting the ball really well. She's now got 19 points to lead Montana Tech. Coverdale hits it back on that right-hand wing. Feeds it inside. Little short arm. Potter. Back over that left shoulder. Can't get that one to go. But I like the move, and I like that she uses the glass. Another steal by the Coverdales. And it's been a repeated point, but they were so good in high school. They never lost a varsity game, 104-0, playing for Fairfield, 4 state championships in the Class B level of the state of Montana, which had some great basketball teams. Coverdale can't hit. Potter gets the rebound, puts it up and in. As Potter gets another board and another bucket. She's now got a quiet 10-7. Three-point shot, it's up, and it's missed. And the ball will go rattling into the stands. And that'll bring us to a media timeout. The Diggers lead 88-20 with 4:59 left to go here in the fourth.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, they're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
I'm Dr. Hillary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
$88-20. Diggers with that big lead of 68 points. And we'll go to the line, so Potter will step there.
Eagles foul number 30, Darcy Egan, her second personal first team foul. Shane Potter at the line.
Game I'm looking forward to watching is on Friday when the Diggers take on MSUB. Looking up some numbers for MSUB. Head coach Kevin Wooden, who I've also got to know because he's the golf coach at MSUB. They're playing an exhibition against Rocky later, but Alicia Breen was selected by the Great Northwest Athletic Conference as preseason player of the year. She'll be a tough one to watch. A tough one to defend for the Diggers, as the senior, 5'10" out of Shodo, played against the Coverdales in high school. She was unanimous preseason all-conference and player of the year winner. She led that conference with 17.5 points per game. Ball nearly gets tied up. Zard has it on the left-hand wing. They feed it inside. Shot no good. Rebound comes down. They'll kick it back out and reset for the offense. Three-point shot put up, and it's off the mark. Missed by Akers. Foul on the drive by Kimmy Hang. MSUB was tabbed for a fourth-place finish in their GNAC Coaches Bowl after they finished 21-11 last season and 15-5 in the GNAC. So that'll be a fun contest to watch, as Montana Tech is a team on the up and up in the Frontier Conference, a very tough Frontier Conference that usually sees teams go to MSUB and play tight and sometimes, get the win when the two divisions are so close, that NCAA Division II and the Frontier Conference with the NAIA. The biggest difference between those two conferences, though, is the travel. MSUB's nearest game is in Washington. They fly to a majority of their games. (92-24) your score. Shot up, missed, and the Diggers get it back, leading 92-24. Akers finds a little lane. She gets stuck. Back over to Potter, and she'll get the jumper to go. Diggers now lead 94-24. Three-point shot, it's up and off the mark. Rebound comes down, and the players are going to scrap for it. Good jump ball and good hustle shown by Akers. As she ties it up, it'll go in favor of the Orediggers, who are now shooting 48% from the field, 8 of 27 from downtown, and a perfect 8 of 8 at this charity stripe. They've out-rebounded NWIC 55-22, and the Diggers have grabbed 22 offensive rebounds to go along with 26 assists. Armbruster connects on the little elbow jumper, as Armbruster now has 6 points to go along with 7 boards. Potter's got a double-double with 14 and 10. Coverdale's your leading scorer. That's Courtney with 21. Ferris has 11 boards. Shot up, missed. Rebound comes down to Zard. Zard back over to Heng. And Thatcher's got 7 assists, but Hattie has not played a ton of minutes in today's game, which is understandable. And keep her fresh, as they've got a tough game on Friday, and probably another tough game on Saturday as they play MSUB. Another jump ball.
Jump ball, possession Eagles.
Minute 11 left to go in this one, and we've got blood. There'll be a momentary delay as Kimmy Heng gets checked out. Immediately after this one, we'll give them a little time to warm up, but the Diggers will play against NWIC, a team they beat 99-66 last night. So Heng gets a Band-Aid put on. I do respect what Montana Tech has done today. They've realized that, hey, you know, we could beat this team by 90 again. But you don't get anything out of that. Bring it down, slow it down, take care of the basketball, run your offensive sets. Try to use a lot of shot clock, and then get good shots. Shot missed. Armbruster has it. She'll give it off to Heng. Voice in my ear says that Courtney Coverdale is going to be the Subway player of the game. We'll get that right after the conclusion of the ball game, as we'll get Coach Sannon and Courtney Coverdale, as Coverdale is your leading scorer with 21 points. Zard into Akers. Akers puts it up, and she's fouled, so she'll go to the stripe.
Eagles foul number 34, Valencia Taburro, her third personal.
So Akers steps to the stripe.
Madison Akers at the line.
The freshman for the Orediggers. It's got a couple at the 15-foot line. First one rattles off the mark. Diggers are averaging 98 points per game this season. Potter comes down with the rebound, puts it up, and it's in. So it's 98-24. Heng comes away with the steal, and they will dribble it out. So Montana Tech will get the win 98-24 your final. And the Diggers improved to 4-0 on the season. Next game against MSUB, we'll head down the stairs and have a conversation with our player of the game and our coach momentarily. Thanks, Matt. Sean Ryan here with Coach Sannon. And, Coach, your team comes out. You improved to 4-0. Did you see some good things on the floor tonight?
You know, I did. We got to work on some of the things that we wanted to individually. You know, a lot of our players can shoot it, but we really talked about before the game working on some middle game, you know, some different things that we can really practice, and this is a great game to do that in. And so it was good to see those things, and I thought, you know, we got better as a team.
And you could see as a team you guys kind of came out and slowed it down. You took your time on offense and you made sure you were fundamentally sound. How important is that for you as you go ahead and play a couple of tough games on the road?
You know, it's very important. You know, I don't, last night we had 2 turnovers. I don't know how many we had tonight. We had 9 against Dickinson, and you know, when we have less turnovers, that means we're getting up more shots. And, you know, in the years past, there's been games where we had 20-plus turnovers, and we can't do that. So, you know, it's very important that we're really solid with the ball and that we're making the right decisions, and I think we've been doing that in the last 4 games.
And now you guys do head on the road. You play MSUB, and then you play Dickinson State. You guys play the whole month of November on the road. I mean, not the best for scheduling, not that much fun. You like sleep in your own bed, but that's going to prepare you for the Frontier Conference because there's a very tough lot of teams, 4 ranked in the top 25.
Yeah, you know, we go and play MSUB on Friday, and they're an NCAA Division II team. Then we go play Dickinson State again, which that was a tough game at our home court, so that will be. And then, you know, we go to LC State's tournament, and we play Southern Idaho and College of Idaho, and then we go to Texas and play the number 3rd ranked team in the country with Our Lady of the Lake. So, you know, we got our work cut out for us in the month of November, but I think it will be good for us. You know, we've had solid practices. We've had 4 games at home where we defended our home court. Now it's time to go on the road and see what we're made of.
Perfect. Best of luck, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Perfect. All right, so we'll have Courtney Coverdale come join us. She is your Subway player of the game. As Courtney finished with 21 points, she was your leading scorer. We'll let her get set. All right, Courtney, you scored 21. You're your leading scorer. How did it feel to get out there tonight and play the second game in a row, 3 in 3 days?
It was awesome. It was a little tiring, but it's nice that we have deep subs, so it's nice to get to play with everyone.
Talk to Coach Sannon about how you guys now take your road trip. You go play MSUB in Billings, and then you play Dickinson State, a team who played pretty tough here in Butte. Are you excited to get on the road with your teammates?
Oh, yeah, of course I am. I'm excited to get on the road with a bunch of new teammates. But, of course, we're kind of going to take one game at a time and see how it goes from there.
Now, your team has a lot more shooters than they have in the years past. Coach Sannon said that she recruited that way. Is it nice that, you know, you could focus on not necessarily being the leading scorer every night, even though you were tonight?
Yeah, it's very nice. It's nice to be able to be comfortable enough that wherever you dish it out, you're probably going to have a decent shooter, whether it's a 3-point shooter or an inside shooter.
Perfect. And last question for you. Last couple nights we've seen you get a couple shooters' rolls. What's going on there? You hit a couple that bounce around the rim, spend a lot of time on the iron, they finally go in.
I know. Those are the most frustrating shots. But I guess then they're also fun because you don't expect them to go in, and then they do, so it's fun.
Perfect. Thank you very much, our Subway player of the game, Courtney Coverdale. So that'll do it for the post-game report. We'll bring it back momentarily for the guys' game.